Why overthinking destroys you. A Stoic perspective. Let's face it, overthinking is exhausting. You've probably had moments where you've replayed a conversation in your head 100 times or stayed awake wondering, what if I had done that differently? Sound familiar? Well, you're not alone. Overthinking is something we all deal with, but here's the real kicker. It doesn't just waste your time. It drains your energy, clouds your judgment, and holds you back from truly living. In today's video, we're diving deep into why overthinking is so destructive, and more importantly, how Stoic philosophy can help you break free. We'll uncover timeless Stoic wisdom, share relatable examples, and even toss in some actionable tips to help you live with more clarity and peace of mind. So, if you've ever felt trapped in a loop of what-ifs and maybes, stick around. By the end of this video, you'll have practical tools to stop overthinking in its tracks and live a more purposeful life. Let's get started. The overthinking epidemic. Overthinking is everywhere. Did you know studies show that more than 73% of adults overthink at least once a week? And that's just the ones who admit it. Think about it. How many times have you overanalyzed a simple decision, like what to wear, or spent hours second-guessing an email before hitting send? The truth is, overthinking has become a modern epidemic, fueled by the constant stream of information and pressure we face daily. But here's the thing, overthinking isn't just a modern problem. The ancient Stoics, people like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, warned about the dangers of letting our minds spiral out of control. They knew that when you overthink, you disconnect from the present moment, and that's where life actually happens. So, before we dive deeper, here's a question. When was the last time you caught yourself overthinking? What were you worried about? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. Why overthinking feels productive, but isn't? Here's the tricky part about overthinking. It feels like you're doing something productive. You tell yourself, I'm just being thorough, or I'm weighing all my options. But in reality, you're stuck in neutral. Overthinking creates an illusion of progress while keeping you frozen in place. Stoic philosopher Epictetus said it best. It's not things that upset us, but our judgments about things. Think about it, most of what we overthink is based on assumptions, fears, or things completely out of our control. The Stoics taught that focusing on what you can control, your actions, your choices, your mindset, is the key to breaking free from the trap of overthinking. Here's an actionable tip. The next time you find yourself overthinking, pause and ask yourself, is this something I can control? If the answer is no, let it go. How overthinking harms you. Overthinking isn't just annoying, it's harmful. Here's how. It drains your energy. Constantly replaying scenarios in your head leaves you physically and emotionally exhausted. It kills your confidence. When you overanalyze, you start doubting yourself, which makes even simple decisions feel monumental. It steals your time. Hours, even days, can slip away while you're lost in thought, leaving you stuck in the same place. But the worst part, overthinking prevents you from living in the present moment. Imagine how much more peaceful your life would be if you could let go of the what-ifs and focus on what's actually happening right now. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The Stoic approach to overthinking. So, what does Stoicism teach us about overcoming overthinking? The Stoics had a practical, no-nonsense approach. Focus on what you can control. This is the core of Stoicism. If you can't influence the outcome, why waste energy worrying about it? Practice mindfulness. The Stoics didn't call it that, but they were big on living in the moment. Accept imperfection. No one, not even the Stoics, had all the answers. And that's okay. Here's an example. Imagine you're about to give a presentation, and you're overthinking every tiny detail. A Stoic would remind you to focus on what you can control: your preparation, your attitude, and let go of the rest. Practical techniques to stop overthinking. Now that we understand why overthinking happens and how Stoics viewed it, let's talk about some practical techniques to stop it. Here are 5 strategies inspired by Stoic wisdom. The 2-minute rule. If you catch yourself spiraling into overthinking, stop and ask, what action can I take in the next 2 minutes to address this? Taking even a small step forward disrupts the cycle of analysis paralysis. Journaling. Marcus Aurelius himself journaled daily, reflecting on his thoughts and actions. Grab a notebook and write down what's worrying you. Often, the act of writing helps untangle your mind and clarify what really matters. Decisional deadlines. Set a timer. Give yourself, say, 10 minutes to make a decision, no matter how big or small. The pressure of a self-imposed deadline forces you to focus and avoid endless deliberation. The view from above technique. This is a classic Stoic exercise. Imagine you're looking down at your life from a bird's-eye view. From this perspective, does this problem really matter in the grand scheme of things? Probably not. Practice gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus away from what's wrong to what's right. At the end of each day, list 3 things you're grateful for. Overthinking loses its power when you focus on the positives. Which of these techniques do you think will work best for you? Comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. A real-life example of Stoic wisdom in action. Let me tell you a story about James, a friend of mine who was stuck in a cycle of overthinking. He was offered a job in another city, great pay, great opportunities, but he just couldn't decide. What if it didn't work out? What if he didn't like the city? So, I told James about the Stoic principle of focusing on what he could control. He realized he couldn't predict the future, but he could make the best decision with the information he had. He made a pros and cons list, set a deadline for his decision, and took action. Fast forward a year, James is thriving in his new job, and he often laughs about how much time he wasted worrying. His story is proof that when you apply Stoic wisdom, overthinking loses its grip on your life. Now, it's your turn. If you've found even one tip helpful in this video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. Do you know someone who struggles with overthinking? Share this video with them. It might be exactly what they need. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss more Stoic insights like this one. Also, check out the links in the description for additional resources on Stoicism, journaling tips, and other helpful guides to reclaim your peace of mind. Overthinking doesn't have to rule your life. As the Stoics taught us, true peace comes from focusing on what you can control and letting go of the rest. Remember Marcus Aurelius's wise words, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. So, the next time you catch yourself spiraling into overthinking, pause, breathe, and ask yourself, what can I do in this moment? Thank you so much for watching. You're one step closer to a clearer, more peaceful mind. Until next time, take care and stay grounded.